Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciated in advance. Now on this list, we have certain games that will make a bunch of appearances in different variations. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is definitely one of them. And so far, we haven't done a lot of Turtles, so I thought it was time to rectify that. But I had to take it all the way back to the OG edition for the NES. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. First and foremost, right, the intro alone, fire. But then when you start playing it, and again, this is the NES, so we don't have a lot of reference as far as other variations of this game. And this was very, very good at the time. There are some things that I want to talk about that are specific to this version of Ninja Turtles. First and foremost, Raphael is almost useless, except for one specific part of the game that we are going to get into a little bit later. But this game does a lot of stuff really well, and I want to highlight that. First and foremost, you can tell what everything is. Now, they took a lot of liberties with some of the enemies that show up on this game, so we're going to move past that, okay? I don't know what the flying stuff is. I'm assuming the little things that are crawling are mousers. There's some Foot Clan looking guys that show up, but then there are things that I don't understand. Like there's a guy who's on fire. It looks like the Human Torch. There's also a guy who clearly is supposed to be Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I don't know what's going on here. There was a lot of TMNT villains that don't show up, but the Foot Clan is all there, right? Got Bebop, got Rocksteady. Shredder makes an appearance somehow. And, you even got the Technodrome. I heard that's in the game. I don't know, because one of the things that this game will be forever remembered for is the game is over at the dam. Like that's pretty much the whole game, right? Anything after that is just extra, it's like bonus stages. But essentially your job is to rescue April O'Neil and then disarm the bombs in the dam. Anything else, I have no reason for it. I don't think you should either, because the dam itself is so irritatingly hard that has to be the end of the game. I remember thinking about that as a kid, like this has to be the end of the game. There couldn't be anything else. And you got to remember, this is during the NES times where a lot of these games were just arcade games that were ported, that were about high scores. And this game has scores. So I put two and two together and decided for a long time, this game it ends at the dam. That's it. Once you figure out all the bombs and you somehow survive that, then the game is over. You won. Everybody wins, congratulations, because the dam is one of the most irritating levels that I can remember as a child. Like, just plenty of people in school will be talking about how difficult this is. First and foremost, the seaweed hurts you. And then if you get next to certain types of the seaweed, it kills you instantly. Like there's no try again. It's just you dead. Pick another turtle. So growing up, this was like one of the legendarily hard levels in video games. But then that's where Ralph shines, because otherwise this game is based on having range and length, and he has none of it. But you get to the dam, all the turtles are equal then, and all of a sudden Ralph becomes a viable option. I'm certain that there are people who get through this level without taking any damage, and I don't care, because I do all the time. And I don't know if it's just because I'm playing on the NES Classic, but I feel like this game feels exactly the way it felt when I played it in the 90s as a kid. So it's just as irritating. And that's cool. That's what they were doing back then. This is the OG. This is the original Ninja Turtles game for NES. We have to respect the starting points, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to acknowledge the cool things about it, like the fact that this is firmly established Donatello as one of the best turtles in Ninja Turtle history, because the length and the damage that bow staff does is insane, to quote my good friend Steven. And I love it. As a Donatello fan, I felt like this game kind of, cemented his place in video game history as being one of the better turtles. Dare I say the best turtle for video games. And it's also purple, so that's cool too. But it gets to the point to where Donnie was seen as like the boss killer, so you just keep him on tuck until it's time to bring him out against one of these bosses. And that's what we usually did. But then you get to this stage and it's like all hands on deck, because as you can see, Ralph died fairly quickly. The cool thing though is that once you do beat the dam stage, that you do get to ride in the turtle van And the shenanigans of the game kick up even more. There are even more weird enemies everywhere. You now can fall into the sewer water and have to be transported back to the end of the level. So it gets really difficult and irritating. And I just, feel like that it was just a little too hard for your average kid back in the day. And that's why we say, where I'm from, that the dam is the end of the game. Once you beat that, you beat the game. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back, because there was no reason for that to be so difficult during that time. But trust me, there will be plenty of turtle games that will be coming up as we go through this series. Again, we're in the 50s and we still got 300 plus to go. But I definitely wanted to make sure I shouted out the original Turtles game, because the game is still fun. It is a good time. It's even one of those pass the controller around. Like what we used to do is each person picks a turtle, and when your turn comes up, you got to do what you got to do. Usually, because it's me and my two brothers, that wasn't really an issue, because, nobody needed to play Raphael. But we all agreed that when it was time to go to the dam, that it's time to pull out Ralph and see what he can do to help the team out. It's time for him to contribute, to pay his dues. But if you have gotten past the dam, please let us know in the comments. If you beat the game, I know you lying because you cheated, because there's no way that you beat this game, at least back then, because it's a preposterous game. And yes, I've seen what the ending is like, and it does not give you the deserved ending that you think you're going to get for the amount of work that it requires. So I definitely don't care. Like, not at all. Didn't need to see it as a kid. Don't need to see it now, even though I know what it looks like. But yeah, tell me if you beat it so I can say that you're lying. And as always, appreciate you checking out the video. Y'all stay safe. Y'all have fun. Peace.